Who's that?
A head, R tail.
Okay. Yeah, so really.
23.
Michael Jordan? Alright, man, do me a favor, step out of the vehicle for me. Put the phone down.
Why am I
Put your
doing
phone
this?
down. Step out of the vehicle. Turn around, put your hands behind your back. Because, ma'am, you're driving entirely too fast for conditions. You put a lot of people's lives in.
It was April 7th, 2018, and two dedicated officers named Courtney Brown and Christy Wilson from the
Courtney and Christy.
Roswell Police Department and two
Roswell.
dedicated
So they're aliens.
officers named Courtney Brown and Christy Wilson from the Roswell Police Department were on duty. As they patrolled the streets, they noticed a Georgia resident named Sarah Webb rushing to work in Duluth, Georgia, seemingly driving faster than the speed limit allowed.
Why are you in a rush?
Concerned for everyone's safety, the officers decided to pull over Sarah's car. As she noticed the flashing lights behind her, Sarah promptly pulled her vehicle to the side of the road. Officer Brown then took a step forward and approached Sarah's car, ready to address the situation at hand.
Stay in the car.
Sorry, my window doesn't hold.
Officer Brown, Roswell Police Department. You know how fast you were just going, ma'am?
I'm so sorry, I'm late for work.
So you could go over 80 miles per hour on 92? No, ma'am. You have your driver's license and your insurance card?
Is she drunk?
Turn off the car and pass me the keys, please. The ground's wet. It's been raining. You're going over 80 miles an hour
so
on this
sorry.
type of a road. That's reckless driving, ma'am.
Okay, are you here to scold me, arrest me, or
This is
cite me?
Lexus. I'm trying to look it up. I don't have it printed off.
Give me
Call
one
your
second, I'll be
mama
right
if
with
you're
you.
here to scold me.
I'm trying to look it up. I don't have it printed off.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right with you. Go for it. Hey. She was going like almost 90 down 92.
Oh, really?
She flew past me. I had to get up to 90 to catch her.
Wow.
My CAD's not working. Is yours? What did you?
I checked.
Can you see if can you check the tag too? I'm gonna have to restart this and see what the deal is.
Make me skid around.
I'm gonna take her probably for reckless.
Okay.
She flew past me going probably 80, 85 on
We heard
92
you.
in the wet road. She said she was running late for work. I had to get up to 90 to catch her.
We heard you. Did that
What do you
excite you?
I mean, I don't have any speed detection, so at the same time, but
It's clear that Officer Brown didn't have a speed detection device to get an accurate
Aha.
measurement of Miss Webb's speed, and she even admits it. But there's an interesting fact about the law and speeding. In certain places like Georgia, officers can determine if someone is speeding without using any fancy speed detection gadgets. It's all based on their visual
On the
estimation.
chase.
It's not just about speed limits, but also how you're driving overall. Based on some interesting cases, it seems highly likely that if Officer Brown were to testify about her visual estimation of Miss Webb's speed, the court would find it enough evidence to convict her of speeding and maybe even reckless driving.
Okay.
However, there's a little twist to this story.
Can I
You
get
see,
it, please?
while Officer Brown's admission that she didn't have an exact speed measurement might make her testimony less believable, it ultimately depends on how the jury perceives it. They get to decide if they find her estimation credible or not. Now, it's important to note that this standard we just discussed is specific to Georgia. Other states may have different rules, and some may not allow convictions solely based on visual estimations of speed.
No, but you can use the fact that you were going whatever speed and she passed you. Mm-hmm. It's on camera.
You
so
had to
you're
be
gonna have
going
a back
90 to
speed,
catch
you're
her,
gonna have to
supposedly.
90 to catch up to her. You're gonna have too fast for conditions, and
yeah, I mean, that's unacceptable. I told her, I said, you know the roads are wet, correct? You're running late for work and you're going above 80
right.
to get to work. I said, call. So do not do that and put people's lives in jeopardy.
Yeah.
So,
Go scold your
my
mama.
CAD just froze on me, so I'm restarting it right now. What do you think? Or just tickets?
Atlanta answer or Roswell answer?
Why you asking? You want to lock her up or you want to cite her?
Hold on. Are you? Okay, hold on.
What y'all creeping about?
Thank you.
Active, valid.
Yeah, sorry, she did it. Unavailable. My cat's not working. Who's that?
A head, R tail.
Okay.
Yo, they just flipped the coin. They just flipped the coin. They just flipped the coin. If she's going to jail or if she's getting cited, they flipped the coin. Yo, man, I'm telling you, this is all day, every day, man. Your life is on chance when it comes to these people.
Wilson discreetly opens a coin flip app on her phone. She suggests a unique decision-making method.
That's crazy.
Heads or tails, she says, implying that if the coin lands on heads, Miss Webb should be taken into custody. But if it lands on tails, she should be let go. Surprisingly, Officer Brown would have been within her rights to arrest Miss Webb, regardless of the coin's outcome. Considering the wide discretion given to officers in making arrests, a court would likely find the decision to arrest someone based on a coin toss constitutional, as long as there was probable cause to support the arrest. However, it's worth noting that in some places, these actions would go against departmental policies. The Roswell Police Department Policy and Procedures Manual doesn't explicitly limit traffic arrests, but it does encourage officers to consider alternatives to physical arrest. Interestingly enough, by using a coin flip to decide whether to arrest Miss Webb, the officers likely violated another section of the Roswell Manual. It emphasizes that police officers should conduct themselves in a way that earns the trust, respect, and confidence of the public and their fellow officers. The manual also expects officers to project a positive image of themselves and the department, serving the general public with kindness, consideration, and patience.
So I got too fast for. Let me write this down.
Too fast for conditions.
Is it reckless?
Yeah, you can do reckless.
She's going to jail on a coin flip.
Speeding. And you're just gonna have to mark the pace one instead of the.
I mean, either way, the speed limit here is what, 45?
Yeah.
She was going way.
Yeah.
I mean.
Oh, you gonna say it again?
Because I haven't done one like speeding like that, so that's why I'm a little bit unsure.
You're gonna do the patrol vehicle spot, and then it's gonna ask you for moving or not moving, and you're gonna do moving.
Can you help me do these dang tickets? My CAD won't even log me in.
You're a failure.
Sorry. Alright, I'm gonna go. Yeah, that's not okay. Yeah. Alright, man. Do me a favor and step out of the vehicle for me. Put the phone down.
They flipped the coin on you, shorty.
Step out of the vehicle. Turn around. Put your hands behind your back. Because, ma'am, you're driving entirely too fast for conditions. You put a lot of people's lives in jeopardy, okay? Double locking these so they don't tighten on you. Do you me a favor and step in front of my vehicle, ma'am?
Flip the coin on your tears, girl.
Do you have anything? Do you have anything in your pockets of? Do you have anything on you to poke, stick, or stab me? Any drugs, paraphernalia?
I hope
like that?
so. That's what she's thinking. I hope I do. I was late for
Here,
work.
Ron. Return to the side for me. Here, move over, okay?
Flip the coin.
I'm just gonna shake this out, okay? Alright. Do me a favor, step over here.
So she might have been able to save her job, but now she might not have been able to save her job after that coin
Have a seat
flip.
for me.
To protect and serve.
We're gonna buckle you in, okay?
What you gonna do when you get out of jail?
Alright. RDR 390R. Alpha 1 in custody.
Y'all flip a coin before y'all smoke somebody, like before you get to the car. Y'all flip the coin. Listen, this one's gonna go bad, y'all. This is what we pulling today.
Alpha 1, can you please start me at 85?
Something interesting happens when Officer Brown decides to search Miss Webb's vehicle.
Uh-oh.
You see, officers usually can't search a person's car just because of a traffic violation.
But
However,
she's taking her to jail.
there are instances where officers can conduct searches without a warrant. First things first, officers can always search a vehicle if the owner gives them permission. They don't need a specific reason or evidence to ask for consent to search. This was established by the Supreme Court way back in 1925 in the case of Carroll v. United States. Additionally, if an officer has good reason to believe that the vehicle contains evidence of a crime, they can conduct a warrantless search based on probable cause. That's what the Supreme Court decided in the case of California v. Acevedo in 1991. However, in Officer Brown's case, it seems like she was actually just taking inventory of the items in the vehicle because it was going to be towed. So, when officers search and inventory an impounded vehicle, the court concluded that it's not unreasonable under the Fourth Amendment. It's a routine procedure followed by police departments across the country and approved by the majority of courts.
I don't give a shit.
In Officer Brown's case, the Roswell Police Department Policy and Procedures Manual actually requires officers to inventory and document the contents of every impounded vehicle. Since Officer Brown was following this policy when she searched Miss Webb's car, a court would likely consider the search constitutional.
Phone with you. Now your makeup bags and all that. Is it okay to leave those in the car? You can make a phone call, but that's all you can do. If you want to call them, you're allowed to call.
No ticket for you because Shorty flipped the coin and decided that the coin decided no ticket for you.
But okay, give me 1 second. I'll let you call them. Okay. Where does he live? Okay, have a good day, sir.
There's no reason that I should be able to do anything.
Okay.
Miss Webb was arrested and initially charged with going too fast for the road conditions and reckless driving, but later on, those charges were dropped. The Roswell Police Chief, Rusty Grant, took a stand against the officer's actions and announced in a Facebook video that the department would be conducting a thorough assessment and bringing in an outside consultant for an audit.
There you go, officer. That's how you do it. You get rid of these bums. You get them audited by internal affairs. You know what I'm saying? That's y'all business. That's y'all job. Y'all ain't criminal minds. You are, but y'all ain't criminal minds. It's a code y'all supposed to have over there. So get their ass audited. Get them checked out, officer.
Both Officer Brown and Officer Wilson were fired on July 26th, 2018.
Dumbasses.
It's pretty clear that Officer Brown and Officer Wilson made some serious errors in judgment. Instead of simply issuing Miss Webb a speeding citation, they chose to arrest her. This violated departmental policies, general standards of policing, and raised concerns about their character and ethical conduct. While Officer Brown's actions might have been technically legal, the decision to arrest someone based on a coin flip—
Did Sarah sue? That's the question. You gotta sue.
—raises significant ethical questions. It's an important part of an officer's duty to make reasonable and ethical decisions within their authority. They take an oath, like the Law Enforcement Oath of Honor, which emphasizes accountability and maintaining high ethical standards. Officers who fail to consider the ethics of their decisions betray this oath and neglect their responsibilities.
There's
Officer
a million
Brown
of them
and
doing
Officer
it
Wilson's
right now as
behavior
we speak.
trivialize the impact of being arrested and damage the relationship between the police department and the community they serve. I commend the Roswell Police Department for taking appropriate action to address the misconduct of their officers. As for Miss Webb, it's not fair to assign her a grade in this situation because she had no control over what happened. When Officer Brown initially approached her and mentioned her speed, it seemed to genuinely surprise Miss Webb. Officer Brown later admitted that she didn't really know how fast Miss Webb was going.
Liar.
This raises
She's probably
doubts
going
about
60. She's probably going 60 in a 45. Dirty pig lied, said 90. I had to get up to 90. Everybody wants to have a story, especially these empty fucking... Everybody just wants to have a story. You know, I had to get... She repeated it 5 times. Sound like bullshit to me. I had to get up to 90 to catch her.
Legality of the stop itself. There is an argument that there is no verifiable evidence to show that the stop was justified by the law. Ultimately, all the charges against Miss Webb were dropped.
Sheesh.
It's worth noting that she remained calm and compliant throughout the encounter,
She should have sued
which
everybody.
likely contributed to the dismissal of her charges. I commend Miss Webb for handling herself well during the interaction and for filing a complaint through the appropriate channels afterward.
Well done. Wow. They flipped a coin, boy. Sheesh. There's judges doing that in their chambers every day, flipping a coin. They don't even do that no more. They just make the random decision because whatever they decide, it's no sweat off for them anyway. They're good. They get to go home. They know when they clock out. When they done throwing people away, they walk out the door. Done deal. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.